Hey guys, what is going on? This is Pantsar Dragon, and today we'll be doing the top 5 best mid laners for patch 6.17. As you guys know, it's been a while since we've done this mid lane tier list, cause that bitch Red Mercy keeps putting us down, and doesn't want us to put out a mid lane tier list, but I rebelled, and said, fuck you bitch, I ain't part of your system. So we're gonna be back at it again with the 6.17 mid lane tier list. Also, this video is sponsored by Pro Guides. Check them out for all your rank game needs, and have a little chit chat for league tips if you want. Anyways, with all that being said, let's get started! Alrighty, so first up is gonna be Aurelion Sol. I do have to mention this is gonna be a very personal tier list on who I think is good, not what other people, so it's gonna be kind of interesting. And first up is gonna be Aurelion Sol. Aurelion Sol is a champion who likes to have orbs around him. This makes him be really good at wave clearing and dominating the mid lane, especially at level 1. He can roam whenever he wants with his E to make some big plays, and that's why he's kind of cool. I think he does too much damage for his stupid dragon with orbs around him, but yes, he is very powerful. His late game is good, his mid game is good, his early game is, well, pretty good if he roams. And yeah, he can definitely carry fights if he's facing like a bunch of people who don't have gap closers and assassination potential, or champs who just like to have hard CC, as he's somewhat useless if he gets like closed on. But if he can kite, then he's a really good champion. Anyways, here are the runes and masteries for him. Although I've never tried the GPL on him, apparently Aurelion Sol mains like it on him. Next up is gonna be Twisted Fate. As you guys know, Twisted Fate is a champion who, well, holy shit, how much times have I said this before? He likes to make plays around the map with his ultimate. He did get one nerf to his Q where the base damage is lower so he can't wave clear as efficiently, but he is still good because he has utility. And with his utility comes great responsibility. So if you know how to make plays around the map, then do so. But if you don't know how to, then don't play him. In my opinion, I think he is a champion who can dominate solo queue just because everyone forgets about his ultimate, but he's also the type of champion who can have risky plays with his ultimate, and it might backfire on him because he's really squishy, but if you know how to place yourself with your ultimate, you should be good to go. Anyways, here are the runes and masteries for him, and as you can see, it's the same shit as last time. Next up, we have Talia. Talia is a champion who got nerfed, and her win rate went down by like 2%, but luckily, she is still apparently a good champion, as her EW combo can potentially one-shot someone, if you max out E second of course. But yeah, this champion is similar to Twisted Fate with her ultimate, where she can ride it and go to places around the map, and of course blocking off people if she wants, which is ideally the best situation for Talia. And yeah, she offers poke, fucking vicious WE combo, and utility. Oh yeah, and sustained damage, but she doesn't really have any mobility where she can like not get jumped on, so if you have someone like, I don't know, Rengar, she can't really get away. But yeah man, I see a lot of her in solo queue, and I like it when she one-shots people with her EW combo. Anyways, here are the runes and masteries for her, pretty basic stuff. Next up is gonna be Cassiopeia. So Cassiopeia is actually gonna be one of my bans every time I'm in Champion Select, just because, like, I don't know, I think she's super OP, but also offers a little bit too much damage and skirmishing in those little team fights, and also her ultimate, that can be scary. Also, once she gets Rally's Crystal Scepter, she becomes a little obnoxious, very obnoxious indeed. She also can be quite tanky, with Archangel's Rally's Crystal Scepter, you know, all of that stuff. So you might be surprised when you face her and she activates her Archangel Staff, or of course the healing coming from her E. Now here is the item build for her. As you can see, there are no boots, but you probably know why. And finally, coming at number 1 is gonna be Sona. You know, I think she's sleeper OP in the mid lane, but that's why I put a disclaimer at the beginning of the video saying it's my personal opinion. Alright, so I tried Sona mid, and I was like, what is this damage that I am seeing when I'm playing her from behind? It is pretty intense if I say so myself, but it's not about the damage that comes from her that makes her OP, well, actually it kind of is, but mid lane is one of the places where she can get a lot of levels, and I've said this many times when I've talked about her, is that as the game goes on, the more powerful she becomes, due to her ultimate's passive, and that's why she becomes really OP in the mid game and late game, although I think her matchups in the mid lane are quite the shittiest, but if she can make it through the early game, I think she'll have a good time. I mean, you just spam heals, spam Qs, spam Es, it's basically impossible for anyone to beat her if she's on the enemy team and she's like level 16 and is like doing decent or ahead, as her whole team will benefit from her W of course. Anyways, here are the runes and masteries for her. Next up is going to be some honorable mentions, and first up is going to be Anivia. So to be honest, there's actually a lot of mid laners right now that are viable at the moment, but I'm not going to mention them all. But first up is going to be Anivia. Alright, so this is what I'm going to say about the bird. I think she's really OP. A source from somewhere, I can't say where it's from. I don't think I should say it because I might get someone fired. Basically, Anivia, people who have played her more than like 20 or 30 games have a really high win rate with her compared to like other champions who have more than 30 games played on them, because you know Anivia is a really high skill cap champion, or kind of a boring champion, but basically her win rate is super high. So that's pretty cool to know. And I think Anivia mains are actually terrorizing, or it could be a psychological factor. Anyways, here are the runes and masteries recommended for her. And now, the next champion we're going to be talking about is Kennen. I think he is straight up OP, but then I noticed that when he's behind, he's kind of useless. I don't know. Like, whenever I see him ahead, he just fuck tons of damage, but when he's behind, it's just like, he goes in, does stuff. But if the enemy team isn't wiped by then he's gonna die and he loses team fight. So my dreams about Kennen are kind of gone. But I will say I do like him. If I were a mid main, I'd probably put him in my top mids. Anyways, here is a recommended build for him. Next up is gonna be Syndra, a champion who has a lot of balls. So as you guys know, she now maxes out W second and throws even more balls at people. What does she provide? Well, one-shot ability and a lot of CC. I also think after her mage rework, she actually has better AP ratios, but yeah, right now she's a really popular mid laner at the moment. A lot of people are playing her because, well, honestly, all the top tier mid laners you saw 3 patches ago have been nerfed, so new mid laners rise who, you know, haven't been nerfed yet. But anyways, here are the runes and masteries for her. Next up we have Ahri, and she is a protobelt user because of her R. Because basically what happens is, well, actually she's already been a good mid laner, but protobelt is actually really good on her. I don't have footage of protobelt Ahri because I have no time to play normal games for the footage, but what I've seen in ranked, holy shit, she just dashes in with her R, gets up in your face, presses protobelt, and half your life is gone. It's pretty cool, you should try it. Even if you don't go protobelt, there's always other builds. Anyways, here are the recommended runes and masteries for her. Anyways, that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, and if you didn't, make sure to subscribe. Anyways, I am Panzer Dragon, and I'll see you guys next time.